Arthur Park. This is an Answer LA guy, and he's going to tell us about what the Answer's been doing on the subject of Trevon Martin.
Yeah, so this is one of many actions that we've had. The most successful action was, I believe last Monday we had about 2,000 people or so meet up at Pershing Square in downtown LA, and then we marched up to City Hall and shut down downtown LA for a little bit out there protesting for justice for Trevon Martin and to stop the racist killings of black youths and all minorities in the United States.
Cool. What effect have you guys been getting? Have you gotten any responses from City Hall or any politicians or anybody like that? And how about the press and such?
I mean, we have had some press come out. The event on Monday was brought out a lot of press, ABC and a lot of other major news. I think Univision and I think Telemundo might have been there too. As far as, I'm sorry, what's the other question?
Politicians.
Politicians, I don't really know if any specific politician like City Hall or like, Villaraigosa or anything has come out and made any sort of statement like with respect to, full support of like Answer Coalition or anything like that. Like, I imagine he said some sort of, blanket like strong condemnation and, looking into getting to the bottom of what happened with Trevon Martin or some sort of, I haven't been following up on what local.
Have you guys thought about going to politicians and being proactive?
That part I'm not sure of.
Going down to city council. Going to public speaking.
With respect
going to the board of supervisors.
I think this is basically our way of getting our message out is going out and protesting and getting a real grassroots movement behind it, and that it's not just Trevon Martin, but it's a real like system-wide issue of violence, and but I'm not sure whether we've spoken with any political or city officials or anything.
I'm the director of policy for the Congress of Racial Equality in California, and we're on Sheriff Baca's Citizens Advisory Board, and I would advise you guys to think about going there and saying what you think about this, because actually the top level of the Sheriff's Department is more progressive than you might think.
Well, sounds like a good idea.
In fact, you can go to George 1 LA, which is where I put my videos, and you can see the last Citizens Advisory Board, and you can see what the community said.
Sure.
And you can see what the top brass of the Sheriff's Department is saying.
Sure. No, that sounds good.
I think you'd be very surprised. For instance, at the last meeting,
the Coalition has been organizing against many forms of police brutality in the Los Angeles area, in Orange County, Long Beach, in Los Angeles, and we've never gotten a positive response from any politician. We protested within city council meetings. We've held various press conferences right outside various police departments from LAPD, LBPD, and they always defend their police officers, try to keep them anonymous. They try and keep them away from any kind of punitive damages.
Well, that's a natural part of what they do, but I'm just trying to tell you that I know from working with Baca and his top-level guys that you might get a better reception for your basic premises from the Sheriff's Department than from LAPD. They are two separate organizations. And there's no question that in the Sheriff's Department, from the mid-level management on down, there's some problems. But you'd be surprised at how progressive top management is. I'll give you an example. The last meeting that I was at with you just last week, to prevent strip searches, they are going to put in scanners so they do not have to strip search because of the degradation that involves. That's just one part of it. And Baca and his top level are into putting education in the jails because that lowers violence inside the jails and recidivism. So maybe you ought to go try it one time. You know, I'm just giving you a suggestion from what I see working. Gentleman with a great sign at the proof.
Could mean the world's disaster.
Black Panthers showed up. Good time.
Yeah, I know.
Trevon. All right, thank you so much. Now what we want to do today is have a speak out, so if you would like to say something on the mic, please don't hesitate to come talk to me. We've got a number of great, important community leaders here, organization leaders, but we also want to hear from everybody in the community who came out today. So if you want to say something, please come find me. I got a clipboard, I'm keeping a list, and I'll be happy to put your name on the list. We're just asking everybody, keep it short, be respectful, all that kind of stuff, you know.
No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. How you feel today? All right. Our families gathered together, and I'm glad to be with you. I want to give it up for Miss Lindsay. Come on, give it up for Peter Lindsay. She is. Give it up for KJLH, for Stevie Wonder, and for our community family. I'm glad to be with you today, my brother Najee Ali and my sisters, all of you gathered together to continue to keep before us and in our mind and our presence the tragedy and yet the possibilities of what can take place when we're vigilant, when we're concerned, and when we're together. I'm still heavy right now. I'm just coming from the funeral of our, I guess, Pasadena Trayvon Martin and that of Brother Kendrick McDade. His funeral was yesterday, was just this morning at Metropolitan Baptist Church. As we speak, they are burying this young man. Beautiful brother. The school was there, teachers were there, all attesting to the great personality and the potential of this young man to sing as exhibited by Trayvon Martin. And I'm glad you're here today to make sure that we value ourselves and that we tell the world that if we value ourselves, then you have to value us as well. The key to us right now, brothers and sisters, is not just rallying together, as important as this is, but we've got to also organize. We've got to also continue to strategize. And then you got to mobilize. Amen? Say that with me. Organize. Strategize. Mobilize. You can only keep what you organize to take. You can only take what you strategize to receive. And you can only remain and receive what you're willing to mobilize to access. So we got to organize, we have to strategize, and we have to mobilize. We go from here to Pershing Square on Monday. On the 10th, other actions, stay tuned and information will be coming forward. On the 11th, on Wednesday the 11th, we're at Bethel Church, 79th and Western, as we continue to strategize. We're organizing ourselves, we're putting our agendas together, and we're taking our orders from you. One thing leaders have to remember and understand, our orders, our marching orders, come from the people. Without the people, leaders can't lead. So we need your input. We need you to continue to tell us what you want to see, what you want to reimagine. Because if you're sick and tired of going to funerals like this, and sick and tired of holding up signs like you're holding up, then you have to speak your mind. I hope you'll come up, I hope you'll speak out, and I hope the leaders will take note to what you say you want to see happen. I hope to see you Monday, I hope to see you Tuesday, and I hope to see you Wednesday. As we organize, as we strategize, and then what? Mobilize. You got it. God bless you. I love you.
All right, I got a new chant for you guys. Repeat after me. No more stolen lives.
No more stolen lives.
Killing Trayvon was a crime.
Killing Trayvon was a crime.
No more stolen lives.
No more stolen lives.
Killing Trevon was a crime.
Killing Trevon was a crime.
All right, everybody. I really appreciated what Pastor Logan had to say, and in that vein, if you could please sign up to on the Justice for Trevon clipboards that are going around. Everybody should stay involved. Tell your friends, tell your family. We need to build this movement and keep the pressure on until Zimmerman is arrested, until we get justice for Trevon and justice for all victims of a racist system. All right, our next speakers, it breaks my heart, but I'm very proud of these young women. We've got three girls are coming up now. They have a very tragic story to tell, but they're here today to talk about it. Oh, come on, you came right over to put your name on the list. We're all family here. Everybody wants to hear what you have to say. Please welcome Julia Davenport.
Hi everybody, my name is Julia Davenport, and my dad actually went through racism. He was killed by a racism white officer. He was killed by mistaken identity. And I was here for Trayvon Martin because we need to show everybody that we're not just going to get killed if they want us to. When they think we're down here, we're really up here. We're all family. God made us. We came from under his wings. So we need to use justice and show everybody that we are someone. We can be someone. We're not going to be down. We're not going to see people on the street. If you see someone, help them. Don't let them be lonely. Help them. Show them that you are there for them. Show them that anytime they're down, you can be there for them. Show them how to get back on their feet. Because my dad was there once. And I don't want no one else to be through it. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud of her and the leadership coming up in our community. And that's the thing, you know, Trayvon's death was tragic, but we're going to turn this tragedy and we're going to make it into a movement, this movement for justice, this movement for peace. And this tragedy is going to bring our community together. We're going to see new leaders emerge. And, you know, in the end, it'll be a beautiful thing. Up next, we have Paulette Gibson from the NAACP Compton. Please welcome Paulette Gibson.
God bless you. Thank you all for coming out. We're just grateful to everyone that's uniting to support the Zimmerman, justice for Zimmerman, and making sure that he is jailed. The NAACP across this country has been mobilized for our national office because what happens to Trayvon is not so much what happens to Trayvon, but it's the laws that are written every day that allow this kind of stuff to take place. So even though they have the stand your ground law in Florida, I'm telling people we have to stand our ground here. We have to say we're not taking this no more. We have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. How long are we going to stand around and let them mobilize against us? There's justice and just us. So we're saying we're tired of it being just us. And I'm from Compton, so it happens every day. So we as an organization are asking the community to keep on standing up. But we also ask you to tell your story. Tell your story, let it be known and be heard. There are a lot of Trayvons on every area around here. On every block in Compton, you can find a Trayvon Martin story. So we're saying, unless we stand up as a people and say that we're not going to take this anymore, we're going to fight against the laws, and any legislators that don't hear us, it's time to move them out the office. Start organizing, start voting. It's a real thing. Groom your own politicians. These young people, that's our future. If we allow them to be shot down in the streets, every man he can wear a hoodie if he wants to. There's nothing wrong with wearing a hoodie. If that's what you have, you got to be able to wear a hoodie. Why are we the only going to punish for doing what we think is right to do? Their standards are not our standards, but our standards are not wrong. We are real, our children are real, and we're going to stand up for them. No justice,
no peace.
No justice,
no peace.
No justice,
no peace.
And that has to be real. An injustice to one is an injustice to all. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Paulette. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
All right, fantastic. Up next, we have Najee Ali from Project Islamic Hope. Please welcome Najee.
Thank you, Taylor. Who's that crying? Trayvon Martin. Who's that crying? Trayvon Martin. Who's that crying? Trayvon Martin. Who's that crying?
Trayvon Martin.
Shot in the chest. We want an arrest. 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 Thank you. I want everyone to give yourself a hand for being here. I'm Najee Ali, a community activist who serves you, and it's a pleasure to be here once again, serving the community. But I would be remiss if I did not thank the great organizers of this event, Peter from Answer, Mike from the Answer organization, and it's always a pleasure to be with my friends and colleagues, Paulette and Pastor Logan. So with that, I want to say that it's very important that we continue to stand up and fight for justice. Because unless we fight for justice, you'll never get justice in this country until you make justice for yourself. Until you stand up for justice, until you fight for justice, until you let them know that you get justice by any means necessary. So with that, I don't want to give a long speech because I speak all the time, and this is a chance for the community to speak out. But I do want you to know that we're here to serve you, we'll keep serving you, and we'll keep fighting until we get justice for Trevon Martin. So with that, thank you, Peter.
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
All right, we've heard a lot of organizers get up here and talk about the importance of building organization, the importance of building this movement. I want to bring up a woman who I met recently who is actually, she's walking the walk while she talks the talk. She came to the Trevon Martin rally last Monday downtown. She saw the amazing things that we were able to do downtown, and she said, you know what? We need a rally right here in my neighborhood. We need a rally right here in my community. So she called up Answer, and that's why we're having this rally today. So please welcome Jules Schuler from Sagan to Success.
I'm so happy to see everybody come out today, and I just want to say that we have to continue to do this. It's a hard job. We have to not just come to this. We have to come to all the movements because we have to grow. We have to spread the word. We're not going to have any young men, any productive young men for our young women to create families and grow our community if we keep letting this happen. I have 5 grandsons, and that's why I'm here. I want to. All these are my grandsons and my sons and my nephews. You know, I can't sit down no more and let this happen. I have to live my life for a purpose. We all have to have a purpose in life. We gotta not sit at the TV set and look at the news and separate ourselves from the situation.
That's right.
One lady on Crenshaw and Martin Luther King, she was sitting there watching TV. She seen the ambulance and police cars in front of her house. She went back and sat down. Well, the police knocked on her door because it was her grandson that got murdered. So we have to participate in this. Everybody is connected.
Right.
We are whole. We want justice for everybody. So please, spread the word. I know it's hard, it's difficult. Sometimes you have something to do, but we have to just get up and do it anyway. Come out to these marches, be heard. I know they thought that we couldn't come over here on our end of town and have a peaceful rally. They was looking for violence and whatever else that, you know, crime or whatever they could pin and say, okay, South Central is this. You know, they tagged us. You know, we can't have anything civilized over here in this area. But see, I'm about to prove them wrong. We have money in this area. You know, we have stability in this area. We have quality people in this area. Everybody here is not a criminal and a gangbanger. Everybody here is not on welfare or SSI. We have some hard-working people over here. It's time that we take advantage of our rights. And the only way we can do that is don't relax on this. Let this be the ignition. Let this light up inside of us something that's going to move like we used to. That's what I want, and that's what I'm going to do. And if I was the only one here, I would be standing here saying this can't happen no more. I got to do something. Sometimes it was people that put their life on the line in order for us to have justice. And some of us are going to have to do that again. Right. We're going to have to live our life for just to save and preserve our people. And so that's all I have to say, but I'm just so happy that you turned out. And I just, like I said, I would really appreciate it. Just continue to come and spread the word. Thank you. Thank you.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
All right, now we're going to hear from a high school student from right here in this area. Please welcome Andrew Nance.
Hey everyone, I'm the same age as Trevon Martin, and I'm an organizer with the Answer Coalition. And I think that every case like this sets a precedent. If we don't stand up, then everyone thinks it's okay. It's cases like this and the one in Pasadena just show that the system doesn't have our backs. So we have to stand up and we have to fight for justice. So I'm going to urge everybody to sign that petition on the table to stay with the movement so nothing like this happens again. Thank you.
Repeat after me. No more killing, no more lies.
No more killing, no more lies.
Shooting Trevon was a crime.
Shooting Trevon was a crime.
No more killing, no more lies.
No more killing, no more lies.
Shooting Trevon was a crime.
Shooting Trevon was a crime.
Man, I'm listening to that chant. I can't believe how ridiculous it is that we have to hold protests to say that killing black men should be illegal in this country. We have to hold a protest to say that Zimmerman should be in jail. That's crazy. And that's why we're organizing, so we can't put up with this anymore. All right, now we're going to hear from a couple more people. Up next is Tommy Dean. Here we go. Tommy Dean's going to say a few words.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Thank y'all for coming out here. My name is Tommy Dean. I'm just a black activist out here in the community. I like to say that every 20 years something happens to bring us together. Something dramatic happens to bring us together. Understand the seriousness of the problem. Understand that many will die and suffer if you don't act now. So give yourself to the revolution for change. Act now. Continue to come on and show your support. Thank you.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
All right, up next we have Monty. Monty, are you around? And if anybody wants to say anything, it's a community speak out. Please come see me and get your name on this list. All right, take it away, Monty.
Appreciate it. Peace, family. I say peace.
Peace.
Well, I don't want no encore. I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm saying peace, family, because number one, we need peace, and it's only one way to get it, and that's through war. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and sing Kumbaya with anybody, nor am I going to sit here and defame anybody who spoke before me and that's going to speak after me. We got to ask ourselves, as black people, a very important question. What kind of example are we setting for these other people to follow? See, George Zimmerman, he followed an example that was set by us in this community, by people in Chicago, New York City, and every big city where you find black folks, which is the example that black life is worthless. This man, George Zimmerman, would not have had the guts to kill our little brother in cold blood if he felt like we was going to come together and give him the blues. It starts with self. You motivate your family to stand up for the community. And if your community is overrun by gangs, then the gangs got to change the way that they doing business. If you're a gang in California, the police just killed the brother over there in Pasadena. He's a child. These is our kids getting murdered out here. What we doing? We turn around and gang bang on each other. I had somebody ask me what gang I'm from today. Really? Look here, man. We are getting slaughtered out here in these streets, and all you can think about is what gang I'm from? Harriet Tubman didn't give a damn what gang I was from. Marcus Garvey didn't care. Malcolm X didn't care. All these people who came before us did not sacrifice for us so we could stand here and murder each other and watch other people follow the example that we set. We got to ask ourselves some very important questions, people. Do we want this little sister over here, this little brother over here, your mama or your daddy getting killed by some bastard because he didn't have the respect for life that we deserve? We calling our women bitches, and we expect for something good to come of that. Guess what? Everybody else see us calling our women bitches, and now they're a bitch to them. And sisters, if you're in a car with one of these men, and they playing this foul music, calling you a bitch, get out. Set that example and tell your girlfriends to get out the car with him. And brothers, if you riding around listening to Lil Wayne talking about how you gonna kill somebody, turn his ass off. See, these people do not have your good in mind. If you black, you need to be thinking black. And Marcus Garvey say, be black, buy black, and think black. And all else will take care of itself. What is being black? That's loving your skin. What is buying black? Well, we don't have no black people to buy from, so we need to get some. With no economic base, we in trouble. We begging for jobs from people who hate us.
Yes, Lord.
We begging for jobs from people who hate us. And when you want to think black, love yourself, love your sisters, your mothers, your brothers, and if you gang banging, I got one message for you. If somebody kills somebody from a hood you got beef with, you ain't got beef with them no more. You got beef with the person that smoked them. And you give them the blues.
That's right.
I'm going to give this mic back. But I got a whole lot more to say. Be black, buy black, and think black.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
All right, now I'm going to bring somebody else up to the mic. It's good to get some women on the mic. Please welcome Wilma.
Hello everyone, thanks for coming out. I'm just disappointed that there's not 5,000 people out here.
5 million.
We need to stand together. We got a movement going on, and we've got to get it going with people. Yesterday, my 8-year-old granddaughter asked me, why is everybody talking about Trevon? And I told her the story of what happened to Trevon. She said, but other people have gotten killed. Why are they talking about Trevon? I said, because sometimes it takes an incident to get a movement going. And I brought up Rosa Parks. And for all the young people that don't know about Rosa Parks, have your mom take you to the library. Because Rosa Parks refused to get up that one day, after working all day, to get up to give a white man her seat. She started a movement that lasted almost a year in Montgomery. And those people in that town, they walked to work in the cold, in the rain. They mobilized, they got carpools going to keep the people off the bus. And they got what they wanted. Now, Trayvon Martin has only been, what, a month? And people are dying off from the movement. No, we don't want to do that. We want to keep this movement going and spread the word and tell all your friends and relatives. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we have Nzinga from the Black Riders Liberation, and she's going to come up with Comrade Shadow, who's going to tell us about a case with his son. Nzinga, are you here?
All power to the people. All power to the people. All power to the people. We are the Black Riders Liberation Party. New generation Black Panther Party. We want justice for Trayvon Martin. We must bear arms and defend ourselves. Actually, I'm sorry, this is a little bit messed up. Basically, we here letting the people know that we want our people to arm ourselves. We don't need to just arm ourselves with little pistols. We need to arm ourselves with AK. We need M16. We need rifles. Feel me? We need everything. Feel me? Because these people can no longer come out here and murder our people. That's all we gotta say. All power to the people.
All power to the people. My son, Jason Smith, is a Trayvon Martin, murdered in Eros, Louisiana by 4 white boys. My daughter is fighting for this country right now. She in the army. And I think it's wrong for my son to be murdered in this country, and my daughter fighting for this country. I'm gonna leave y'all with food for thought. We are free, so I've been told. A truth I know deep in my soul. I've seen babies cry from the need of food, while the white man party in a joyful mood. So let me explain why it's so insane. Then you tell me just who's to blame. We were took from a country far, far away and put on sale for those who will pay. Our women were raped and our men were beat. Those who ran often lost their feet. We very seldom received a meal. Times were short, but long in the cotton field. We picked their cotton all day long to build up hope, joined in the song. A little sound this song may make, but at 5 in the morning, many will wake. The white man asked us to be loved. Damn it, we never asked for American soul. Split us apart, let us be, then you can say that we are free. Power to the people.
All power to the people. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
We asked for justice for Trevon Martin, for Devin Brown, for Jason Smith, for the kid that was killed in Pasadena. We asked that people stand as one. United we stand, divided we fall. Power to the people. All power to the people.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist police.
All right, I know that chant. No justice.
No peace.
No racist police. No justice.
No peace.
No racist police. All right, everybody. I gotta ask you a question. Who here was at the march on Pershing Square on Monday, March 26th? Who was at that march? Make some noise. All right. And who's planning on going to the march this Monday at Pershing Square? Make some noise. And who's going to keep organizing and mobilizing? Who's going to tell their friends, their family, who's going to build this movement, make it strong? Make some noise. All right. You know, it's really important that we build this movement, that we bring together all kinds of people, people from all ethnic backgrounds, people from all different communities. We're all coming together for justice for Trevon. We're all coming together to stand against racism. We're all fighting to build a strong movement. So thank you so much for everybody for coming out today. We got a couple more speakers, not too many more. Coming up now is going to be Lucha and Keith. You're up now.
How's everybody today? I want to tell a quick story. In February, I was at the Pan-African Film Festival, and they showed this movie, Slavery. What was the name of this? Slavery by Another Name. Thank you very much. And it's about the re-enslavement of black people after the Civil War and after Reconstruction. How this system basically used convict labor to re-enslave black folks after the Civil War. And there's a line in this movie, and the line went like this. In the period from 1875 to World War II, there had been one white person who had been indicted for murder of a black person in the South in that entire period. And I went up to Douglas Blackman, the guy who wrote the Pulitzer Prize-winning book, and I asked him, how could this be? There were 7,000 lynchings in the South during this period. How could it be that there was one white person who was indicted for murder of a black person? And we got into it. Because in the crowd, people were talking about, it's the corporations exploiting the black people during this time. And people had some other ideas, but in fact, what this shows is that this system, at its highest levels, the federal government backed, supported, and green-lighted through that entire period of 70 years. Every single lynching that went on in the South for 70 years, they backed it, they condoned it, they green-lighted it. They never intervened. In fact, not only did they not intervene, they actually supported it. And here, after this, you got Emmett Till in the 1950s. And now, 50 years later, you got Trevon Martin, another lynching, a vigilante lynching. By, yes, a white racist, but again, who's backing him? This system. They condoned it, they backed him up, they don't arrest him, it's free. And it gets you to the question, what is the problem here? The problem is this system. We got to know what the problem is, and we got to know what the solution is if we're going to eliminate this. And this does need to be eliminated, because we are not coming here in the year 2062, 50 years from now, and having these children and future generations having to live this way. This system needs to be done away with. It needs to be thrown into the trash can of history. We need a government and a system that would back the masses of people who would want to uproot, yes, the oppression of black people, actually the oppression of all kinds of people here and all over the world, from women and through all the rampaging this U.S. system does on a world scale, and their degradation of the environment, which is going to need to be repaired and restored. We need a new system to do that. In order to get to that system, we need revolution. And I'm not just saying, I'm not just using this terminology. We actually need to prepare the ground right now, to shape the terrain, to bring forward the revolutionary forces, to get to a point and know it's going to take millions. It's going to take millions. It's going to take a revolutionary crisis and millions of people all of a sudden who see, who are ready to actually say, look, we've got to bring this system down to bring a new world into being. And that's part of what we're doing here. Thank you very much. I want to introduce Lucia. And, you know, she's going to be bringing to you April 10th, Trevon Martin, a very, very important process that is part of the process of revolution that's going to be taking place in Leimert Park.
At the beginning, earlier when people were making an announcement, they said there was going to be something happening on April 10th. I want to just tell you quickly about April 10th. April 10th is a call for a day of outrage. Because as Keith just said, we need revolution to get rid of this, but the process of making revolution is we have to fight the power and transform the people for revolution. And April 10th has to be a day of outrage. I'm going to read a very short flyer here. It says, the murder of Trevon Martin stings. It is an outrage on top of countless outrages, and it is right and inspiring that in Sanford, Florida and all over, people are determined that this is not going to go down. This time, some of the anger of those this system has no future, and the reality behind that anger are cutting through the whitewash, the cover-up, the lies. This time people are breaking through the fear that the murder of so many black youth by police or wannabe police is supposed to instill and enforce. The hoodie has become a badge of honor. How is it that in this day and age the murder of Trevon Martin is not an isolated incident, but yet another in a long line of killing black people, especially youth? It is because these crimes are encouraged, carried out, and justified by a system. But this time, many people are saying we cannot let this go on anymore, not just this one incident, terrible as it is, but the whole damn thing, and that is so important, and that is so inspiring. At the same time, there is a moment to seize, a moment to build a movement to really and finally put an end to all the horrors that come from this system. Make April 10th a day of outrage. Seize the time, wherever and whenever there is a chance, to act with daring and creativity, and have all that feed into a movement that will not stop until the whole system that is responsible for the deaths of so many here and all around the world is no more. April 10th, we're calling for a day of outrage in Leimert Park, 4 o'clock, a march down Crenshaw, and it's a day of outrage that people need to take up wherever they are, in the schools, in the colleges, in Pasadena, in Santa Monica, and everybody here should be mobilizing everybody they know. Come talk to us afterwards, come get a copy of Revolution newspaper, and come out and be part of the day of outrage on April 10th. Repeat after me. No more stolen lives.
No more stolen lives.
Shooting Trevon was a crime.
Shooting Trevon was a crime.
No more stolen lives.
No more stolen lives.
Shooting Trevon was a crime.
Shooting Trevon was a crime.
All right, we only got a couple more speakers now. I'll close down the list. Next we have Atia Johnson. Is Atia Johnson around? Oh, here she comes. All right, Atia, come say a couple words.
How you guys doing? I was just so disturbed and outraged that they can put Mike Vick in jail for a dog, and they have such a little life and respect for us as human beings. So we need to get it together. It's just senseless. How can we just let this continue to go on? We have to educate ourselves, pick up a book, read it, stand for stop this, stop partying so damn much. I'm sorry. Get it together. We need to get it together and make some sense and stand up as a people.
Thank you so much. much. All right, she kept it quick and to the point, but I heard what she was saying. You know, I was actually just having a conversation earlier with my friend over there. We were talking about Oscar Grant, and you know, the police officer that killed Oscar Grant, you know, was a young black man of BART system. He was a father, he was a husband, he was, you know, beloved by many. Police officer shot Oscar Grant in front of many witnesses. And you know, people reacted really strongly in Oakland. People rioted in Oakland, and as a result, you know, people organized, they mobilized, and as a result, it was when Johannes Messerly, the guy who killed Oscar Grant, went on trial. It was the first time in California history that a cop went on trial for a quote in the line of duty killing. So we know it wasn't the first time in California history that a cop ever killed a black man. The difference was the movement. The difference was they were afraid of the organized outrage of the people, and they had to hold that trial in order to keep the people, you know, keep the people from rebelling. And eventually the movement died down, and you know, Messerly ended up serving less than 1 year in prison for killing Oscar Grant. And I was talking to my friend over there about how that's less time than Michael Vick did for abusing dogs. This system is showing us time and time again they do not care about our people, and that's why we have to organize and make them care. We have to organize and keep this pressure on the system. All right, we've only got a couple more speakers left. Please welcome Atun Ray of the House of Ammon.
I'm very honored to be with you all. Glad to see so many young people. I'm going to say a few things that you may not agree with, but you have to be careful. This goody issue is just to divert you from the real issue. The real issue, black men and women and children being killed ever since this country was created. So for the black community, this is nothing new. And you're saying it yourself, there's a person killed in Pasadena. What's terrible about it is we had a rally for Trevon Martin last week in Inglewood. One block down the street, a brother got killed by another brother during the meeting time. So what I'm saying is a sickness in our own soul, which is allowing and having our people to be killed. There's a scripture, I won't tell you where it's coming out of, but it says if a people doesn't correct their insides, if they don't become spiritual, then the Creator, whoever you believe in, will put an oppressor over you until you change your mind. So it's happening mostly to us black people. It's happening to everybody, but in this country, this is not a stranger to have our children killed. So the warning is, get yourself together in the community. You don't respect yourself, why should anybody else respect you? We talked to Sheriff Butler, and we pointed this out. Their sheriff is going out murdering our youth. And you know what he told me? Well, y'all don't care, so why should we care? Now it's a pretty bold statement to make, but it's a true statement. We don't care about our own youth. If we did, they wouldn't be coming and turning out the way they are. So stop listening to this foul hip-hop music that's changing your mind and really corrupting you. I'm not against beats and all that. I'm against the message, like one brother say, calling our women out their names. Thinking that you're a thug. Thinking that you're going to make it anyway but right. So go home tonight and think about yourself, you know, because you don't want to go out here and waste your energy. So thank you.
All right, we've only got a couple speakers left. How about George Bazzetti? Are you here, George Bazzetti?
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is George Bazzetti. I'm the Director of Policy for the Congress of Racial Equality of California. I'm sure most of you know Celeste King IV and have heard of CORE California. One thing we don't back is more guns on the street, especially ARs and M16s. They're only used for killing people. That is not going to bring this around. It's through political action. What you're doing here, I don't see a bunch of guns here. What you need to do is start going and doing what we do. Celeste King IV has been up in Sacramento the last year and a half to change this system. Just 2 weeks ago, because of what we discovered on a bill, we stopped a bill that was going to put this state at danger for $8 billion, 10% of its budget. That's through political work. You need to start going to city council, contacting all of your legislators, and let them know what you think about this and that you're not going to stop. You're not going to do it because if you think that you're going to go shoot down every police, every sheriff, and every military person in this country, it ain't going to happen. You're going to have to do it through peaceful means. If any of you believe in Dr. Martin Luther King, and I was just at the Bethel Baptist Church on the remembrance of his assassination, and that's what it was, an assassination. And it wasn't about guns. Martin Luther King didn't do it with guns. Gandhi didn't do it with guns. They did it through peace and through what's right. So don't listen to people that talk to you about guns and shooting. Got enough of that. This fine young lady that spoke here earlier, her dad gunned down when she's 3 years old, and her cousin's dad was killed when she was born, and her mother ran off and left her as a foster kid. These are the kids we need to take care of. We are fighting LA Unified. We're taking Roosevelt High School away from Villalobos because he's a failure. These people are failures, and they're not treating our youth properly in school or in the criminal justice system. So we have to fight to clean it up.
All right, let me ask you a question. A couple of speakers have mentioned about caring about the youth. Make some noise if you care about the youth. All right, that's what I thought. You know, I wouldn't listen to a sheriff telling us our people don't care about the youth, because I see a lot of people out here today. I saw a lot of people out here 2 weeks ago, and I know I'm going to keep seeing people out in the streets who are ready to organize and defend our youth, people who care deeply about our youth and are going to fight for our youth. So thank you so much for coming out and showing them that. A couple more speakers. Up next we have Mac Freedom. Is Mac Freedom around? Behind me.
How everybody doing today? First thing I like to say is stop the war between brothers, because we need one another. Next thing I like to say, there's no black power without our own black dollar. So the next generation won't have to holler. It's easy to kill a nigga. It's harder to kill a brother. Second thing, we have to start readdressing one another as African Americans and not niggas. You need to call off the hunt on niggas. Ban the N-word throughout the nation. The next thing we need to do, if we want justice for Trevon Martin, boycott Walmart, because they control the majority of our money. I guarantee you, if we start spending our money, we will get justice in America. We're working 9 to 5 to keep these other races alive, and they're just hunting our kids. It's just like we did in slavery. We got whipped, we got raped, and we made to work. And now we do it voluntarily. Our sisters burn out their hair, and they take all the money to the Koreans. To the Koreans now. To the Koreans. They ain't got nothing to do with our folks. But we give them all our dough. And we watch our kids. Every kid 5 years old talking nigga this, nigga that. Come on, kill that. Then the war will be over. We'll start respecting one another. Another thing, we got a black president. If he can stop the war in Iraq, he can stop the war in Afghanistan, why can't he stop the war in the inner cities and help create jobs? What's a sister have a black president if they don't help us have a better resident? And that's what we got our vote for. We might as well go back into dealing with the white folks. We need Obama, if he half and half, give us our half so the next generation can laugh. So we need cash. And there ain't no black power without black money. What looks better? The black fish with black dollars or the black fish with no dollar? That way the next generation won't have to holler. Then we all can stop our color. There's only one God to stop the white man, it's God. He create all this. The air you breathe, he make the earth shake. That's the only God we have to look to. Not no white man, not no Chinese man, not no Korean man. We gotta stand up in America, be our own man, and take care of our own women, and take care of our children. First time I've been here since 1983. The first shirt I had was stop the war between brothers. And we still need to stop the war between brothers. We might can't do it with the older brothers, but let's take this next generation and steer them right. 10 years. If we focus on the new generation, we'll have better decorations and better independence. We won't have to worry about nobody hunting us. I'm telling you, call up the hunt, because they treat us like we punks.